So, the guy we work with, he just bought this thing, and he says it's the biggest skid steer that they make ever. Not only has it got the backup squeaker, it's got the dirt bike flag. They say, why do you not like BOBCAT? Well, let's try this one out and see if we come up with some answers. It's got what looks like a brush rake for shoveling out stable. Side ASV style door. Ooh, man. Oh. Come on, handle. How do you... We gotta come up with the idea on how to start the thing. Did he tell you how to... Oh, what's this? Wait to start. Something. Got the parking brake off. All you do to start it is just a twist knob, so anybody can steal it. Nothing... They got joysticks out of Top Gun.
Greetings. Watch the birdie.
Let's see here. How do we make you go? This button? Oh, that's a lock right there. Like Top Gun, you gotta flip 8 switches. I don't know what that does. Turn the parking brake off, flip the bar down, seat belt on, hold that button down, and it moves now. There's no backup camera. What? Oh well, I'll have to turn my head around, I guess. There's a pile of chunks power company left right there. Haas is over there with the 12. I brought in lamb track, and we're gonna grind up some of those logs today. Yep, this is the guy that owns the property. This is his skid steer. He said we can use it for shuttling that stuff around. Got to turn on a switch to turn the auxiliary hydraulics on. The loader arms are really narrow on this thing, so I feel like I'm wearing blinders. Dude. You got one? Come on, give me one. This is different. I'm trying not to get judgmental so quickly, but it's different, I'll say that much. It might be heavier than the 12, it certainly doesn't just rip and roll like the 12 does. It kind of feels like driving the Rayco. They might have some good power and traction and stuff, but it's not quick. We'll get it cranked up here in a second. Log number 1 packed out of there. I didn't have to pack by hand, so good job, BOBCAT. Am I in second gear or something? How do I know? No. Oh. It's got 2 different buttons. It doesn't even show on the display if you're in second gear. Oh, there it is. Left side. Alright. Now we're cooking with gasoline. That's a seatbelt kind of a rig, I'll tell you that. Oh, that dually's got a big load in the back. Watch out, they're driving by. Well, I guess I'll talk about this machine a little bit. It's not ours. Guy that bought it, this is his first unit. Tried to get him to buy a 12, but couldn't get those. Folks say, why not get a BOBCAT? Well, actually, our local BOBCAT dealer, like an hour away, they have a ton of inventory. Like, it's full, which is weird considering nobody else anywhere, any brand really has any inventory. So I don't know what that really says about them, but I ran a couple, I think an excavator that was BOBCAT brand and a skid steer, like the dual track sticks, the old style one. It was weird, but it's got the vertical lift, well, 2-speed T870. According to the internet, this thing weighs really close to 13,000 pounds, which more than that, whatever. They got the small hydraulic lines plumbed in for the high flow, so you can't really get a lot of volume through there. It does have high flow. You might get a multi-tread for it, I guess. 600 hours on it. I guess it's a couple years old. Feels weird. Here I noticed we're missing a piece of, I guess that'd be the offs or something. But that bent, somebody cut it out. I wonder if this had something dropped on it and they replaced the plexi on top. Sounds rattly, like it's thin. That's sketchy. Alrighty then. At least the thumb control is the right way. You don't have to switch that around. Send him a photo together and say trade the 12. The joystick broke. Oh, it's got a bolt, so that's the problem. Well, it would have been to fix that. More RPM, more power. What the devil? Maybe you should have paid that $1,000 to demo this thing first. Most manufacturers, if you want to demo their machine, they'll set it up, make it happen. It's at pretty much their expense to sell the machine to you, to get you to drive it. BOBCAT, I don't think he bought this one through that outfit. Maybe he did, I don't know. But they wanted $1,000 out of him to demo their machine. Nice. Yeah, I didn't put it down all the way. I didn't remember that's something that you have to look out for. Okay, so you see this knob up here that looks like your fan control right by the camera? Oh yeah.
In case I roll it.
You got to do the necessaries. Folks make fun of tractors for not having a different key per machine because it costs so much. But this one literally just has a knob. Look at the knob right there. Just twist her.
This one?
Yep, give her a twist. Another twist. Sounds like a healthy little whatever. And then you're gonna have to hit what did I have to hit? Oh, you have to push the green button up there. That one's off. And then to turn on the mulcher or turn on the flow. Yeah, you gotta close this. So hit the green button and then you gotta hit the auxiliary button to turn everything on. It's a BOBCAT. Let's get grip tape up here. Just crank it to the moon. Not only it's got the backup tweaker, it's got the dirt bike flag. Doesn't it feel like the mulcher head's on? Oh, there you go. It's in one. I told you, it feels weird. Came up. Park it back there. Get it out of the way. Because you got to mulch this stuff up. I'll probably just push it around with the 12's mulcher head. Yeah, get good at it.
How do you shut the 12 off? Oh, it's got a key.
Use that joystick. Up there. That was an error. I didn't put the boom down far enough. Barely got out. Easy, pup. I'm just gonna give an honest opinion on this BOBCAT. Now, start off right from the bat. Like, main thing about one of these machines is what you're gonna use it for. Skid steer function. Skid steer is a skid steer. You start running mulcher heads and stuff like that on it. It's high flow, dedicated all the time. You know, it's pretty much a race car at that point. Full rev, full rip all the time. And this thing's hydraulic temperature with just the grapple thing on it was 158 degrees. Just check the 12 right now. There's a random dog walking down the street. Anyway, the 12 is 180, which is probably too hot in my opinion, but it's been running that for the last 800 hours and no issues. But this thing doesn't have the mulcher head on it, and it's close to something along that nature, and that's a little too warm. It's got the torsion suspension, which, yeah, I mean, some people might like it, might not. I never really ran it before, but this thing doesn't really feel very well balanced. It's got the vertical lift, which, you know, that fits some situations, but it actually blocks the view quite a bit when you're doing pretty much anything. I found this thing is best used if you keep the bucket about 4 feet in the air, which is not ideal. That way your visibility picks up quite a bit. No, I'm not really a BOBCAT fan from day one, but it's kind of neat. It's actually got the switch of control pattern, so it goes the dual stick for track BS, like old school stuff, which, you know, that's outdated. Nobody needs to do that anymore. One cool thing that Takahushi's got over this is the door closes. The door does the vertical stuff, so you can actually get out of it any old time with arms up, don't matter. But why I don't like the BOBCAT, don't have no backup camera. It doesn't feel balanced. Controls, Seems like it's tall geared. It doesn't do much on the sticks for as far as sensitivity early on until you get far into the stick, and then it starts to, you know, play around. But like you lose the finesse out of it, and I don't really like that. I feel a lot more comfortable like from day one in a lot of other machines rather than the Bobcat. But so that's my opinion on the thing. It's kind of neat to drive one of these. I think for skid steer function, this thing will kick ass. We start put a mulcher head on it. Learn from experience. Full load. That thing got up to almost 160 degrees on the hydraulic temp, just moving brush around and logs. I think that's kind of unacceptable for what it was doing. But you know, you watch what other people run, you see how their stuff's behaving. And a couple years back, Fretwell at Mid-State Land Clearing, he had his business. I guess it started off with Bobcat stuff. He had the biggest Bobcat skid steer you get with a Fecon head, and it would not multifunction. Like, it couldn't run the head without robbing power from everything else, vice versa. It just didn't work out. He had, you know, technicians coming back and forth in the dealership. He ended up getting rid of that pile. And not to mention overheating issue. You have to have an auxiliary cooler on it. It's not a bad idea to have it anyway, but you know, the 12 is 800 hours on it and it's still rocking and rolling. And it's got 111 horsepower and weighs like 12.8 with a bucket or something like that. They're claiming this one weighs 12.9 at 100 horsepower, and it feels like the tracks are really tall geared. Skid steer function stuff, not bad. Like, I mean, I kind of was starting to get used to it, but man, at the end of the day, she was getting warm, and I just never really felt comfortable. I like the 12 a lot better.
Now, I know I came down a little harsh on the old Bobcat, but hear me out. Doesn't matter what brand, what year, whatever the machine is, I love running equipment. It's always fun to try something new out. And to bring, I would say I try to keep my videos as honest as possible. I wouldn't say I'm completely biased on the Takeuchi brand or Kubota brand or this lamb track I got on the screen. I don't know why, but I love running the equipment, and I like to make honest review videos on it to help you guys make a purchase decision that might help you educate your situation a little bit better. Because comment below if you've never ran a skid steer in your life. Comment below if you have, which brand you prefer. Because I ran quite a few brands, and when I tried the Takeuchi, I felt comfortable. I liked it, I enjoyed it. But realistically, if you're just doing brush humping with it, moving logs and stuff around, any brand skid steer, they all do awesome. Compared to, you know, like 15 guys trying to move a log or something like that, a skid steer just rocks and rolls. Moving dirt, doing all that stuff, they are just a zippy little awesome machine to have in the inventory fleet because, like, they're irreplaceable. But Bobcat literally wanted $1,000 for this guy to demo their machine. He didn't buy it through the dealership. He bought this one private party because that's all he could find. It's difficult to buy anything right now. Anything that hits a shelf at a dealer on any other brand. I don't know why Bobcat's so full on inventory. They're just not selling, I guess. But everything that shows up on the lot now of Takeuchi, Cat, they're all sold. They're just flying off the shelves, sold before they even got them in stock. But I'm trying to make an honest review on this thing, and I just never really felt comfortable. The temperatures creeped up pretty high for, you know, what it was doing. That just didn't really make too much sense. And, you know, if you're getting in a machine day in and day out, and you're hitting 3 switches every time you want to operate the machine, you just kind of go, man, why do I have that switch? That'd be a nice way to just speed things up if I got rid of 3 of these buttons that I have to hit every time. And that Bobcat, every time you had to do the parking brake, turn the auxiliary on, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I was just like, man, what the heck? But anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. And no, we did not buy the lamb track. Tried to make deals on trying to find one to do a demo, but no luck. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hit them buttons. If you found this informational, hit the like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Later.